It's the heartbreaking dilemma no parent should have to face. You're told by doctors that there is nothing more they can do for your desperately sick child. It really has captured the hearts of everyone across the world, in fact. And yesterday, Donald Trump waded into the debate, tweeting, so do you think, here it is. If we can help little Charlie, as per our friends in the UK and indeed the Pope, we would be delighted to do so. So do you think Charlie's parents should be allowed one last-ditch attempt to save him? It's just the most dreadful situation for everyone involved. I mean, Sarah, what are your views on
just listen to the story, you know, the hairs on my arm is just standing up, because where do you start with something like this? I mean, I'm a parent, you're a parent, we've all got children, families, you know, children in our lives. And I have to say, I think these parents have done absolutely everything they can to save their little child. I mean, there's no doubt, nobody would ever say to them, I don't think you did enough. They absolutely have. And I think with Trump coming in and now the Pope kind of wading in, the only thing that I think of all of the families in Great Ormond Street who've got terminally ill children. Is Trump going to send out, you know, a hand to all of them? You know, because at the end of the day, that's what I'm thinking of, all of those children and parents who have got children, terminally ill children, who won't have that chance and who won't have that opportunity. And this single child has been, you know, this child has been singled out. And I think there's a little bit of, for me, uncomfortableness about that. Also, to undermine doctors, the High Court of Appeal, the Supreme Court and the European Court of Human Rights. Look, it's hard. I was in a situation where when I adopted my daughter, Amara, I didn't know anything about her medical background. I took her to the hospital and the doctors said, there is a chance that this child may not live. What do you want us to do? And I literally just had to say to them, let's try everything we can. But if it is that this child's quality of life is going to deteriorate, I may not have the skills or the opportunity, I will have to do what you advise me. And I had to accept that. But my adoption process gave me the therapy and the counselling to be able to deal with that. It is the parent's choice, but I also think about this baby and the quality of life that this baby will have. And that's all I can say about it. It is the parent's choice, but I think there are lots of terminally ill children in this country, and just to focus on one child, I just makes me feel uncomfortable.
I agree with you about the predicament that Great Ormond Street finds itself in, because there's a world-respected hospital, a benchmark for paediatric care, and in that hospital are other children who are equally ill, maybe not quite as sick as little Charlie. But that hospital now is diverting all its resources to a media campaign to protect its reputation. Now, that can't be right.
It's so difficult. I feel that we are in a position where we find it easier to talk and to say, you know, let's do the right thing, and if it were me, I would let Charlie go. But as a parent, I can't sit here and honestly say that I wouldn't be doing exactly the same as what Charlie's parents are doing right now. I wouldn't fight for every inch and glimmer of hope out there that I could save my child. So I have full empathy and understanding for why they're doing what they're doing, but at the same time, it's a very difficult situation for the child, for the strain on the hospital. And to be quite frank, Trump wading in, I think, is disgraceful. I feel that it's an opportunity for him to grab attention from something, and he's using them for his own political gain, which is disgusting. These people are grieving.
Looking at our comments, there's one really interesting one here from Sharon. She said, when our child had cancer, I said I didn't want to be the one to say stop treatment. Great Ormond Street assured us the discussion would be theirs, and I couldn't have asked for better care for our darling daughter. We had palliative care, and then she went to a children's hospice. Christine says, let him die with dignity. I nearly lost my eldest when he was 9. Luckily, he pulled through. But if he'd been left in a state like that, I'd have turned off the machine myself. That's not living.
I find everyone deals with grief so differently, and I think it's really hard to sit here and say what I would have done and what I should do, because actually, if I was in that position losing my child, I'm not sure that I would make the most rational decisions. And like the comment you just read there from Sharon about Great Ormond Street, I do think we have to remember what a fantastic place that is and how hard they work and how many children they save year on year on year, and that this doesn't take away from that.
No.
Well, we had a poll as well today, and we asked you at home, should parents, not doctors, have the final say over a sick child's life? 90% of you said yes, parents should have the final say. And I get that, because it's just like you said, you're going to fight to the very end and you don't ever want to have to be the one to say enough is enough.